Hello, my name is Avigat, and in this video, I'll be creating a Java program to find whether a character is a capital letter or a small letter or a digit or a special character. So, in order to write the code for this program, you'll have to understand ASCII values and ASCII codes because these will come in handy while we write our if conditions. So, this is an ASCII table as you can see, and ASCII values are basically values assigned to every character. So, for example, you can see how there are certain characters over here. For example, the hashtag, the dollar sign, the percentage sign, and there have been certain numbers that have been assigned to each of these characters. Here you can see there are numbers from 0 to 9, and when you look over here in the decimal column, you'll be able to see the ASCII values assigned to each. And you can also see that here are all the alphabets in capital, so from A to Z, and there are individual ASCII values that correspond with each character. So for capital A, the ASCII value is 65, while for let's say Q, it is 81. And you can also see that there are a set of small characters, and along with them, you can also see their ASCII values to the left over here. And that is basically a brief about ASCII values. So without further ado, let's start. First, as you can see, I've already written some of the basic parts of the program. So I've written class public static void main scanner, and I'll also add the import java.util.scanner. And now this is the basic structure. Let's start with the program. The first thing we're going to do is create a character variable because the entire purpose of this program is to take a character input from the user, and to do that we'll have to create a character variable, and I'll name it C. Now I'll just create a print statement which is going to be displayed for the user to enter their value. So system.out.println, and here within the quotation I will say enter a character. Okay, so after this is done, I have to write the method that I'll be using to collect the user input. So, for example, whenever we take user input in the form of an integer, we say sc.nextInt. Whenever we take input as a double, then we say sc.nextDouble. When you want to take a float, you say sc.nextFloat. And when you want to take a boolean value, you say sc.next boolean, and when you want to take a string value you say sc.next. However, in the case of a character it's slightly different. There is no method for sc.nextchar, so instead what you have to do is combine two methods. The first method we'll be using is a string, because in a string you can put any value you want. It doesn't matter which data type it falls under. And then we'll be using a character method, so I'll just show you. First, I'll say C is equal to sc dot next, which is the method used to input a string value. And now I won't add the semicolon, but instead I'll say dot char at, which is another function used to determine which character is on which place. So I'll say dot char at 0. So this char at 0 basically means that I want to take whatever character there is at the 0 index, and the 0 index means the absolutely first character in the string. So for example, if my input is hello, that is going to be the entire string input. I will just take the character at the 0 index, which is h in this case, because in Java or any other language for that matter, the first character always has the index of 0, while the second one has an index of 1, third one has an index of 2, and so on. So for this, char at 0 would simply be h. Now instead of char at 0, if I put char at 1, then it will take the character at the second position, which in this case would be e. Okay, so that is basically the logic behind this combination of methods. So after this character value has been stored in this C variable, now I can start writing my if conditions. So first I'll be writing my if condition to check whether the character is a capital letter. So I'll just say if, and now I will take you back to the ASCII table where you will be able to see the ASCII code for each character. So as you can see over here, the capital letters start from here, which is the ASCII code of 65. So the value of A is 65, and it goes all the way down till Z, which is 90. So now I want to say if the character value is greater than or equal to 65, which is the value for A, and this is the AND operator, C less than or equal to 90, which is capital Z. So if C falls between 65, which is capital A, and if it falls between 90, which is capital Z, then that means it's a capital letter. So now I'll add my curly braces, and here I'll just add a print statement. So system.out.println, I would say capital letter. So this was basically the first part, and now I'll be writing a similar code for the next types of characters. So I'll just copy this, and I'll be writing a second if condition. So over here I'll just write else if, and now I'll be checking if the characters are a lowercase letter. So I'll go back to the ASCII table, and you can see the lowercase values start from here, and the lowercase a, the first lowercase value is 97, and this goes all the way down till Z over here, which is 122. So 97 to 122. Okay, so if C greater than or equal to 97, and if C less than or equal to 122, 97 in this case is lowercase a and 122 is lowercase z, then it will print out small letter. Now that these two parts are done, I will be again writing an else if statement to check if the character is a number. So I'll just copy this, and let's check what the ASCII values are for the numbers. So as you can see, the numbers start from this side. So 0 is 48, while 9 is 57. So over here I'll say if C greater than or equal to 48, and if C less than or equal to 57, then I will print out number. Okay, so now that all three conditions are done, I just have to add an else statement here and say special character, because if the character is not a capital letter, if it's not a small letter, and if it's not a number, then it's definitely a special character. For example, the hashtag sign or the dollar sign or the @ sign. Okay, so here our code is pretty much complete. I will just compile this, and now I will check the output. So void main, enter a character. First I will enter a capital letter. So for example, capital D. Here it shows that it's a capital letter. Now run the code again. This time I'll input a lowercase letter. So lowercase k. Here it shows that it's a small letter. I'll run the code once more. This time I will input a number. For example, 8. Here it shows me that it's a number. And lastly, I will input a special character to see if it gives me the correct output. So I'll enter hashtag, and here it shows me that it's a special character. And if you want the entire code, this will be available on my website, which I'll be linking down in the description. And my website will also contain all of the other codes from all the previous videos, so you can check them out if you want to. So yeah, that is all for this video, guys. I hope you learned something new, and if you did, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and see you later.